Snowzilla by Janet Lowler. It snowed without stopping for week after week. When it ended at last, Cammy Lou took a peek. She bundled and booted and zipped up her brother. Let's build a huge snowman unlike any other. They packed a large snowball and pushed it around. Then Mom plowed the yard, dumping snow in a mound. They rolled out a middle as plump as a pig, placed the head on the top with the help of Dad's rig. They scavenged for buttons, a hat, and big eyes, for a nose and a mouth, and for arms the right size. Then Cammy Lou cheered as she stood down below. We'll call you Snowzilla, our giant of snow. Thousands of people rode buses to see the towering snowman as tall as a tree. But neighbors complained and a few acted wild. They organized quickly and lawsuits were filed. Poochie is scared to go out the front door. Another said views were much better before. A lady warned everyone, make no mistake, when temperatures rise, he'll turn into a lake. A judge ruled Snowzilla will have to come down. He's too big a threat to the peace in our town. So Cammy used email and texting and blogging to save all their efforts spent packing and slogging. She contacted cousins and friends that she knew. Snowzilla's in danger. Help! What can we do? At dawn the next day, a man backed up his truck and measured Snowzilla. I think we're in luck. People brought lumber and scaffolding too, hot chocolate and muffins as snacks for the crew. Then Cammy, her brother, and other kind folks all labored together and told snowman jokes. They hoisted Snowzilla up just a few inches by using a forklifts and pulleys and winches. Parading down Main Street, they stopped near the square. Cammy Lou pointed, please set him down there. The community garden was wide open space. He'd belong to them all in this perfect new place. Snowzilla was patted by dozens of hands while everyone sang to the town's marching bands. Weeks later, the sun became hotter and bright. Snowzilla grew smaller and flowed out of sight. Cammy Lou waved, hardly shedding a tear, because she had much bigger plans for next year. The Snowzillas. Hello everyone, it's Miss Mitchell. I am a librarian at Riverhead Free Library in the Children's Department, and today I am going to do a video on DIY snowman. So here's Rudy, my little snowman, and you all should have a package like this, and inside it has one sock, one bag of rice, 2 thin pieces of white yarn, one to tie the body, and then you have a piece of color yarn, 2 googly eyes, 2 buttons for the body, and 1 orange button for the nose. So I forgot to put on here that you need glue, so I used a glue stick. However, you can always use like just regular school glue if that's what you would like. And you will also need a pair of scissors. Hi everyone, it's Fatima. I am from the Riverhead Free Library. I work in the Children's Department. I am a librarian there. And today we are going to do DIY snowman. And each of you have a kit. And inside the kit you have a sock, a bag of rice, 2 thin pieces of white yarn to tie the body, a piece of glitter ribbon, tape, a piece of color yarn, 2 googly eyes, 2 buttons for the body, and 1 button for the nose. I forgot to include that you would need a pair of scissors and glue. I use the glue stick, but you are welcome to use any type of glue you like. So let's get started. So the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to take out everything out of my bag. I have my sock, so I am going to cut my sock. It depends on how big you want your snowman to be, but I'm just going to cut my sock right here for now because I'm not sure. such a mess with the rice. So I found that it's easier if you pull your sock down some, like this, so that you can open it up and get all of your rice in there. If you have a measuring cup or a scooper, that of course would be a little easier. So I'm going to open up the bag. And I'm going to just pour in my rice into my sock. It's okay if you spill some, because I always spill a lot of rice. I'm going to scooch it down some. Okay. Pour some more. Okay, so now I have my sock of rice. The first thing that I want to do is just tie it where the rice ends so that the rice does not come out. So I'm going to look through my supplies, and I'm going to take one of the white ribbons, because the yarn, just so I can have it for the body to tie. So I'm going to tie the top. Tie it nice and tight, just so it doesn't come loose, because I do not want my rice to come out. Now I want to shape his head. The body part is always going to be bigger, so I do not have a lot of rice. If you want to add more rice, you can absolutely add more rice. Like in this snowman, Rudy, I made him a little bigger, but this is going to be more of a baby snowman. So I'm just gonna like shape out my head some, and I think right here is a good size for my head. So now I'm going to take my other white yarn and tie it there. And you don't have to worry about the yarn, because once you start to decorate him, you are going to cut it, and you're going to also cover it up with his scarf, so it doesn't matter if you see it a little bit. So here we are. So I have my snowman head and I have his body. Now I am going to cut the top, because I do not need all of this extra. Which is perfect. Okay, and now I would like to just tie that around. I always like to make a little hat for my snowman, so I'm just going to take this and put it on his head. Do you see? So the top part that I cut, I took it, I put it on my snowman's head, and now I am going to tie it. I'm probably going to cut it, but first I'll tie it with some ribbon, some yarn, really, not ribbon. This is so relaxing to me. Like, I absolutely love making different crafts, and each snowman is going to look different, so you don't have to worry like if yours does not look like mine, or if yours does not look like your friends or whoever you're doing it with. See how cute already. So I'm not sure if I want to cut the hat some, but I'm gonna move on for now, and I'll just think about what I want to do later. So I have my hat, I have his head, and then I have the body of the snowman. So I know I have my googly eyes in here and my buttons for my snowman. I'm going to take the glue stick. I'm going to put some glue on the eyes. And then place one of my eyes down. And for me, the eyes always does it. Like, I mean, right away, as soon as I put the eyes, I feel like, wow, he's a real snowman. Other eye. Perfect. And I just smush it in some because I don't want his eyes to come off later on. Now there's an orange button and two blue ones. I figured the orange one can be for his nose. So I'm going to do the same thing with my glue stick. Just put some glue. I'm gonna like hold it because I want to make sure his nose doesn't come off. Here we are. So far we have his eyes and his nose on, and now I would like to put my buttons. I only have 2 buttons, but if you want more buttons, that's up to you. I put 2 small ones. If you prefer bigger buttons, that's fine. But I'm gonna put my 2 buttons, try to line them up. I'm gonna hold it. Make sure they don't fall off. I'll put my other button. Perfect. Hold it. Okay, so now I have my eyes, my nose, my buttons, and my snowman is looking so real. Okay, so now I'm thinking like, okay, do I want maybe his scarf to match the hat, the top at the hat, or do I want to add like a little bit of red? So this is the red tape that I put in there, and as you can see, Rudy has the tape also. It's just that his is blue. So I'm thinking that I might just want his scarf to match his hat. So I'm going to create the scarf out of this yarn that I have here. So I just twisted it around some. Just to make it, I want it to look a little thicker than what it is. And then I'll just have this little piece hanging. So I'm going to glue it on. just so it could hang around. Oh, I love it. How cute is he? So now I am going to just cut the string, the yarn, the other yarn, so it's not hanging in the way. And now this is our snowman. I hope you loved making your snowman as much as I loved making mine. Here he is. I decided not to cut his hat because I kind of like it hanging like this, but you are welcome to cut your snowman's hat. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.